So, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, what's happening here? Connect. So, schmeiß mir mit den Sachen rum, oder was geht hier ab? Alrighty. What's up, guys? How are you doing? Let's put the music actually a little bit down for a second. So I see if everything is working here. I should be live, Alright, everything should work here. How are you guys doing? Everything good? Everything good. I marked out the zones already. Still a little bit sick, to be honest, but let's start right away into the session. Volume doesn't look too bad. Let's actually take a look what the market is doing. We see Bitcoin is really pushing again. Yesterday we created a new double bottom scenario, which is usually a good sign. We're really holding strong this area here so far, and we definitely still have the fair value gap over us that we couldn't reach yesterday. So if we are breaking this high here, it would be interesting for buys. Liquidation levels probably at the same area, but I'm going to double check that here again. We have a lot of liquidity over us. I already have my triggers, so that will be automatically, like, trades will be automatically being placed. So I'm already ready to go for this session, but I will anyways mark out the important zones over us. I actually would love to have like a split screen here. Okay. Ethereum. Oh, Ethereum has already pushed through the zone. So that was Ethereum here. Bitcoin still in this range. So, I mean, Bitcoin, we have a lot of upside liquidity, but basically to both sides, if we are actually, this is the wrong one, is it? Yeah. This one here is the correct one. Okay, let's actually take a look on Bitcoin's heat map here together. I have it on my right side of the screen as well, but let's go here. And first of all, of course, I'm taking a look in the chat. Okay, not too many people in the chat. What's going on there? Alrighty. So, what do we have here? We do have some good liquidity to the upside. Why is that lagging so much? What the hell? Okay, now it's better. Okay, so we have some upside liquidity over us at 88,264, 88.2. So starting basically from 88.2 up to first target would be 88,328. So let's actually take a look here if we still have the same. So then we also have 200. That would be like a quick target. $88,200, $88,328 is a nice one. 264, yeah, 264. We have another one. 264. Let's mark that out as well. Let's mark that out as well. Let's see who has the bigger balls today, bulls or bears. For now, looks like bulls. For now, looks like bulls, even though we have already some good push. So I would be actually also happy to sell because we do have some nice fair value gap here. Here we have a nice gap. That would make sense to target. Let's just mark it out for now. But a lot of like push from the downside for sure. Guys, can you let me know if the stream is actually okay? Because I just get the notification that the streaming bitrate is not that good today. Probably my Wi-Fi. I don't know if it is my Wi-Fi. But let me know if you guys can hear me good, see me good. So this one here is basically the number one spot that I want to target here in this session. 88,328. So yeah, could be a potential 200 pip move. That would be like my first 200 pip, 200 points. Still very interesting over us to have this, the levels obviously a little bit over us when it comes to the fair value gap. Big imbalance here over us. So let's actually take a look here a little bit more. So next one would be like at 88.58. Here. And then I think we have even more. 647, 711. Yeah, basically up to 800, right? Here we have another one, 88,903. 88,903. Looks very interesting. Ah, come on. So yeah, my triggers are already set. If we're going over the green line, I would go in for buys. If we go under the red line, I would go in for sells. Currently looks more for buys. Let's see. 88,775. So we have something in between here. Ah, this one we have already. Okay, sorry. 88,903. This one we already had. Nice. And then 7757. Okay, so this would be like my main targets here. 50% of the fair value gap looks really interesting. That would be around, I'm just going to mark that out in orange. 50% fair value gap. That would be a very interesting zone. So this one is for buys. This one is for buy. First targets here in these areas. 88.2 up to 88.328 would be like a 200 pip move. Next target would be 88.5. So that would be like a 450 pip move. Would be really interesting. And now let's actually see for cells. Let's actually see for cells now what we have. Actually, not that much liquidity directly under us, at least. Let's do it a little bit more small. Yeah. 87.17. So pretty happy. 17. Basically here. So that would be some major push to the downside. I would say first target is here, this fair value gap that we still have. So here in this case, liquidity wise, no, not really anything here in between, like zero liquidity. But then of course we still have 86,985. So these ones are around these areas down here. So that could be a big move. But yeah, that is basically Bitcoin. Ethereum, I would adjust that now. So if we are breaking down here, that would be an interesting one. We already filled, it was before interesting already. Fair value gap move here. We have this big fair value gap, 50% is actually touched. So not that interesting for sales anymore. But obviously if we now break this high here, then it will be interesting for buys. Bitcoin again, if you can't hear me, 1, 2, 3. Couldn't you hear me the whole time? Like I'm literally talking for 10 minutes and nobody is telling me in the chat. What, like an unloyal chat, bro? What the fuck? Or was it maybe I touched this one? Don't tell me you didn't hear me the whole time. People be like, yeah, we don't give a fuck if Jonah is talking or not. Nice. Thank you for nothing. I was certain I think it worked before, no? 1, 2, 3 test, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it works. Streaming software says it works. Let me know. I think Sven was in the live session here longer, so hopefully it was not the whole time. I also see that the stream is not 100% perfect, but so for the people that completely join new on BingX, like we are using BingX here as an exchange. Obviously, you can do whatever, but if you're using BingX, you have the possibility to set triggers, right? So if you, for example, doesn't matter if you are on standard futures or perpetual futures, you can just use the trigger function, which is basically like a buy or sell stop. So let's say you can put, because if we, for example, want that to be broken, this area, obviously we want to buy, right? Market execution. So if you, for example, say, hey, this is here 88,146, and you want that to be broken, so you can set, if you want to be ultra safe, then you can do like 88,115. I, for example, just put like $1 above as a trigger, and then it automatically goes into the trade, so I don't have to execute it myself manually, right? If that is a function that you haven't used yet, I think it will be very, 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 very good for the ones that sometimes are having too slow fingers. So yeah, could be a cool function for you guys. Anyways, let's put some background music. Let's put some background music. So as I said, like Bitcoin here, interesting to buy over this high. first targets already put here. Ethereum, the same thing. Ethereum is here, the high. Here, if we break 2,988, then it's also interesting for buys. If we break the low, then it's interesting for sells. So that's pretty much Bitcoin. Bitcoin just broke it. So I am in the trade, pretty sure. Yeah, I'm in the trade, guys. It automatically, and we already hit TP1 and we had TP2, TP3. What the hell? Okay, nice. Nice. Already up 10%. Nice. So first targets hit. Partial profits made sense. So yeah, what the hell? That was 10 minutes before opening. That is interesting. So that was a quick scalp. That was a quick scalp. Automatically got triggered. Bitcoin did what we wanted. Ethereum is also coming close to our zone. Bitcoin continue. Grabbed liquidity for now. It will be interesting now what it's doing if we maybe actually push even higher. But yeah, potentially some nice moves already. Even before New York opening. Very, very nice. That was already a 200 pip move, which is nice. Very, very nice. So now potentially break even for you guys, depending on your risk management. But this was already a very, very nice, very, very, very nice trade. Even before New York session, already a nice, nice push. Very, very nice. The trigger helped me here. So now we grab the liquidity that we discussed before. Yeah, this liquidity is out. Quite big one, actually. 60 million. More than 60 million we just grabbed as liquidity. I personally hold this trade and see what it does. Anybody already in the trade, yeah? Or was in the trade? Pretty quickly here. That was a very nice one. It's a very nice one with some good profits. You can, by the way, also, when you manage trades, you can also do the partial trades. You don't have to make them manually. Of course, if you want to do a manual risk management or like a manual profit taking, you can do that. But you can also, if you have triggers, you can already set your partial levels before. Let's say if you have the yellow take profit areas, you can say fixed percentage is going out of the trade at this point, this point, this point. Right? So yeah, very quick trade. You should be definitely already took profits. Very important. 200 pips here, almost $200 move in Bitcoin. That is a very nice one. So yeah, you can set automatically take profits, or you can of course manually manage the trade. For now, it doesn't look that bad. I mean, we got some retracement here. 15-minute candle, yeah, get retraced. I mean, obviously we had some good liquidation levels there. Some sell orders got triggered as well. So yeah, let's see how the market reacts here. But yeah, nice trade so far. Nice trade so far. So if you are managing that a little bit more quick, you might be out of the trade and took your profits, like completely out. It's very important. Like whenever you guys are happy with your profits, just go out and don't wait for like bigger ones if you don't want to, you know. Very important. Very, very important. All right. So potentially waiting then for a new entry here. What is Ethereum doing? Nothing out, nothing out of our interest. So what I would do now, if you guys want to re-enter this position, we can wait for the break of the high and targeting then of course the higher levels. What's good? What's good? Already took the first trade and you missed it. Unfortunately. Had some nice 200 pip move even before New York opening. But let's see. This liquidity is grabbed, all the 3 TPs here. We still have some nice liquidity over us and the 50% fair value gap as well. So can be very interesting. I would re-enter the position at the high of the candle. Let's see what we get here. So let's see what the actual opening brings. Even though we already made some good profits here, let's see what the actual opening brings in 3 minutes. Some nice structure here. We could even trade this. So if we are breaking this low here, will be interesting what it does then for sells. And then targeting the low, like the fair value gap under us. Actually adjusting my trigger here as well. So the trigger would be all right. Let's see, we still have 2 minutes. 2 minutes to go, guys. Two minutes to go. Well, unfortunately, I'm still coughing so much. It's so getting on my nerves. But anyways, I guess that's the season. Usually I'm never sick. But let's see what we can get. First targets already hit. First liquidations, 60, $70 million of short liquidations got grabbed here. Even before New York opening, we still have 50 seconds to go until New York exchange is opening. Will be interesting what we see here when the volume is flooding in. Pre-volume was bullish. Let's see. Let's see. Getting some retracement here. What is Ethereum doing? Ethereum is gonna be also interesting for sells when we break the low. Opening is bearish with the first candle, which doesn't mean anything for now. Let's see. Red line, we go under, it will be interesting for sells. I have my trigger there as well. Ethereum, yeah, Ethereum is now potentially in a trade. Yeah, I'm currently only having like a Bitcoin positions open, but that would be the trade. Yeah, we would be in Ethereum. We would be in the trade. Yeah, I would personally target, like if you are in the trade in Ethereum, I would target this area here. I haven't done any. We haven't done any. I want to focus on Bitcoin more, but let's see what kind of liquidity we have. We're starting to 2,954 would be an interesting area for Ethereum. 18 million, but we kind of grabbed already a lot of liquidity over us. Over us, we still have 3,013. That's going to be interesting. Let's actually push the threshold a little bit more down. Yeah, we are coming into areas right now. 2,957, I think we just dipped in. 52. These areas are indeed interesting, yeah. I'm personally not in any trade in Ethereum. I'm only in Bitcoin, or I only have my triggers on Bitcoin for today. But the first liquidation level was somewhere here. 50, what did it says? 50, 57, yeah. I didn't have the time to mark that out today. But 57, it just grabbed, right? Just grabbed the liquidity under it. Bitcoin gets some retracement again. Yeah, apparently Ethereum just grabbed liquidity, so let's see if it can push more down. I'm personally not in any trade in Ethereum, but at least there was a level. Manage according to your risk. Taking a look more on Bitcoin. But if you guys are trading Ethereum, well, there was the first target here. Second target would be, make sure you put that in yellow. It's actually quite a good move already. Second target in Ethereum. I also said yesterday on the live stream that I want to focus this year more on Bitcoin, and then when the volume is kicking in for 2026, we can focus on more. It's just for me very hard to focus on 3 different charts. So I can give you zones and you can manage, of course. But let's see what else we have here. 52. 52. We have here another level, which is interesting for Ethereum. Bitcoin pushes down. So makes itself ready for some potential sells, currently just trading in the range. Ethereum, some mad liquidity grab here at 57. It was like a 20 million long liquidation. As you guys can see here, 57.12. That's the Binance chart, so can also switch to, usually it doesn't really make a big difference, but can also see on BingX. Okay. They don't have this one anymore. Yes, they do. There we go. Okay, pretty much similar. 59.5 was a big one, and then the second one is 54 on a threshold of 0.36. So yeah, it grabbed this 11 million. And of course on Binance, which is the biggest exchange, it also grabbed liquidity even more. So these levels are always important. When Bitcoin is pushing up, like let's say you're trading Ethereum right now, I would definitely cut my losses short. Still in this range. As I said, I'm personally not in any Ethereum trade myself. I'm still holding the position that I went in before. I already took partial profits. I had automatic TPs, so I'm already profiting now with the entry, of course, and drawdown. So I didn't close it completely yet. But that's currently my trading management. But I will also do a hedge position for sells if we, of course, break the low that we marked out. Re-entries would be right now if we break the high of this candle. If we break it there, I would consider jumping into another trade. That's currently my point of view. I would not jump in here again, even though my entry is there. But you guys, of course, do whatever you want, right? I can just tell you what I personally think would be smart. No financial advice as always. Anybody in any trade right now? Just to be just curious. I'm currently in Bitcoin on break even with my entry, but already took profits, right? Some automatic profits at the first levels. But let's see, maybe we can even push more up. Where is this stuff here? Nobody? Okay. And no trade. Okay, that's good, at least in Ethereum. But did you go in Bitcoin in the first trade? I think a few of you went in, right? In the first trade of Bitcoin and probably got stopped out break even. If you manage it, stop loss on break even. Not yet. Okay. You want to wait? Okay, first targets we already hit. But let's see. Right now, as I said, like if we're breaking through this high, 88.362, there would be some interesting buy entries. Otherwise, I would still stay out. Missed the first trade one. Kind of forgot how fast everything happening from now on focused again. Yeah, I think you were not here yesterday, right? So what I also explained is that in these kind of setups, maybe like a buy stop and a sell stop would be very, very interesting to do. It is called trigger on BingX. So it's kind of like a limit order, just that, of course, like a buy limit would be when, let's say, for example, the market is here, right? And we want to buy the market here. We set a buy limit here. So the market needs to come down in order for us to take a position. And the sell limit would be if we want to sell the market, but the market is under the price that we want to sell. So let's say here. And the buy stop and the sell stop is that if the market reaches a price, then we buy. And a sell stop would mean if the market is coming down here, breaking through, then we would go in to sells. So yeah, some weird movement here in Bitcoin. What is Ethereum doing? Well, Ethereum pushes also down again. Potentially some chances here as well. currently focusing more on Bitcoin though. Let's see. Would be typical for Bitcoin to again go down. Let's see what we can see here. 50-minute candle. Yeah. We were already pretty much oversold on the 15. Overall, what we have in Bitcoin is pretty much a nice setup to the upside, which of course can definitely go and move a little bit more down. Let's actually take a look here what we have as potential support zones. Now we are basically currently at a point of control here to the upside, the red line that you can see. So it will be definitely interesting what it does here. Grab liquidity. It's definitely like an interesting area for sure. Like if we break down, like I would say we can definitely go here. For now, no confirmation. Yeah, so basically like the volume area low is then of course another range that's interesting. Between the 50% and the 61.8 Fibonacci zone will be something interesting here, because of course we like on the lower time frame we have seen, or we have now a double bottom scenario. We have a low here, we have a high here, we have a low here, which hasn't broken this low, and now we have broken this high, right? So we do have a confirmed lower time frame bullish scenario, which is again, it is a bullish one, yes, but it's on the lower time frame. So obviously not a 1 hour setup or something like that, you know. So yeah, actually if you think about it, we do have something interesting here, because like if you take a look on the higher time frame, like on the 1 hour time frame, we also have something similar that I just marked out as well. We have here actually 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times basically retracing from the same area. What I don't like, of course, as many taps, like as more taps we have, as more possible it is that we break through, right? I'm gonna answer the question in chat quick. And with a fixed stop loss, the last significant high or low would make sense, right? You mean in this example here, or already for the scalping setup here? Because that would be a big stop loss for scalp, but I mean, in this case, I wouldn't put my stop loss here, because it's not unlikely that we go here and then just grab liquidity, to be honest. But could be here, for example. No. It really depends, right? I always have a little bit of struggles to like tell you where exactly I would place my stop loss. I can like give you some areas of interest, but it really depends how high your leverage is, for example, and how much space you would have, you know? I mean, that one here, for example, I mean, sure. Like if we, for example, break down here, then this, like, yes, then this one here would be interesting. Let me correct me there. If we are breaking here, of course, like this could be a stop loss. Yeah, 100%. Sorry. I think that's what you mean. And then when we go into sells, yeah, 100%, then this one here, for example, the high is definitely also something that can be the stop loss area, like the hard stop. Sorry for the wrong communication or some miscommunication. I think that was clear now. Ethereum actually came back to the line, but just grabbed liquidity. So interesting for sure. Solana doesn't do anything. XRP doesn't do anything, but we don't look at it anyways. But what I just wanted to say on the higher time frame, what Bitcoin is doing, like you guys can see that, right? We have here as well, we have a low, we have a high, and we have here a low, which we didn't break. So that is actually positive, you know, that is positive for now, right? For now. And we have this big ass fair value gap, the imbalance that you see, like basically the gap here between this candle at 9 a.m. and the 11 a.m. candle from Monday, right? From yesterday. So this one here is like a very interesting target still. Yesterday we couldn't go there. Like yesterday we didn't go there. I think, yeah, it was already before our session, right? So we just took some quick trades. But yeah. Let's go pump it up. Let's see, legends. All right, guys. Now we are making ready for the buy. As I said, I'm still in the buy, right? I took some partials already. So right now I'm again over my entry. I was in drawdown the whole, or I am in drawdown the whole time when we were under the green line. Took some good profits out already. And also thinking we don't really get a clear move to just close it in profits. But yeah, that's just my trade management. Let's go pump it up. Not that great of a movement here. I mean, in general, like volume is okay, but not really crazy. We are holding this low. Yep. But just no clear moves here that we want. Tomorrow we will most likely, I actually have to double check, guys. Do we have some, like, is it open today? Like, do we actually have bank holiday tomorrow or? Yeah, we do. So tomorrow we will not go live for sure. I mean, we actually have unemployment claims, but we have a German bank holiday. Does this mean? Well, USD is open, so we could try. We have unemployment claims at 2:30. That will definitely move the market. What do you guys think? Should we go like tomorrow, 31st? I don't know if you guys are up to it. Would you guys like me to go live for one more session of the year to finish this year? Or are you guys too busy with preparing for New Year's Eve? Me personally, I have to say, like, I don't really like New Year's Eve. Like, number one, I have dogs, right? So the dogs, they hate it. And secondly, I don't know. Like last year, I was just sleeping in. Germany doesn't matter. Yeah, true. True that. Germany doesn't matter. So now we see some nice movement here, finally. Hopefully, let's see. Let's see. I'm still in the buy. Potentially good area, the high, like if we break the high to re-enter the market. Let's actually see how the position looks. Okay. 6%. Not bad. Not bad. So let's actually set some profits here. Oh, 88, 80. Okay. You guys, if you set the trigger, you should be in a trade. I'm also still in a trade. With the better entry, of course. 250. Then 88,755. And then we have 88,823. 88,823. All right, let's see what we get here, guys. Let's see what we get here. Nice push. Nice push with my better entry. Really, really nice. We're already up 88,146. Yeah, we're already up. Yeah, 300 pips. Approaching the next target where I have also one of my TPs. Really nice, guys. Really, really nice. Some nice push. Let's see. And we hit TP. Yeah, I got hit. I have TP on BingX, so definitely if you had your TP there. I still have more targets over, so I will hold this. But very nice profits. I'm really, really happy already, actually. Really, really happy already. Nice trade. Patience is key. Next target gonna be 88,755. Congratulations, guys, if you use this trade. Very, very nice. And we are hitting the next target and done. I'm hit TP. Boom. 88.9. 50% of the fair value gap is hit. So that is a very crucial level here. 50% hit. Very nice. And I hit... The next one is at 88,900. Seeing the retracement now at the 50. Boom. Yeah, what should I say? 500 freaking pips, guys. 500 pips profit. Definitely take profits here. Even thinking about full profits. That is a very nice candle here. 50% fair value gap. Very important zone now. Very, very important zone now. Nice. Freaking hell. That is nice. Gonna do some quick video here. Oh shit. That was not good. Sorry guys, because of the music. I already see some results here from Philip. Very, very nice one, Philip. 28%, man. Very nice. Congratulations, guys, for the profits. Once again, I would definitely think about taking the most of your position out here We are at 50% fair value gap. It is definitely possible that we are pushing here. Might be that we get a retracement here first, because this candle is very aggressive. Usually we get some sort of retracement very often. But yeah, I'm at 37% here. I have one more target over us, and it is 1 pip. And we hit it, yes or no? Come on. We need a little bit more. Yeah, I'm out now. I'm out now with my personal position completely. Full target hit for me. Full target hit. Let's freaking go. That was a very, very nice day. I'm so happy with that already. 20% profit. Put in some stuff in the chat because I want to post that. So what did you guys make as a profit? Let's go, guys. We have people making 20% profit. I got already some screenshots here. We just went into this area here in green. I don't know if you can see it. We already had 5 targets hit. What a nice move in Bitcoin, Monday to Friday. New York opening. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Let's go. That was really nice. I'm actually happy for today. I'm not trading anything else. If you went into Ethereum, then it was already nice profits, but I focused today on Bitcoin, so didn't even mark out the zones. I got full TP. I got my full TP hit here. Let me actually see here. Nice. I got 42.5% in total. And we are still pushing. We are still pushing. Okay, I'm actually doing this one more time. Just text this one more time. All right, 20% profit here, 20% profit, 29 actually for Philip. We just went into the green area here and made the whole move in Bitcoin until this level here in yellow. Of course, all of them are yellow, but some really nice profit. I got 42% on my personal account, and we are still pushing and targeting 98,138. So even if the people would stayed in longer, they would have more. Every Monday to Friday, live New York opening. Just check out the link in my bio, and you can come into my crypto Telegram. I'm really bad with like promoting this stuff, but like I just think it's more fun when more people come in. So it's like, why not, right? Yeah, guys, like this is the thing, right? Like just being patient. Just I know sometimes, like if you're, for example, like with high leverage, and you know, it's a little bit more emotional. But seriously, like of course, like the market can slap you in the face sometimes, but it's just about being consistent and understanding market structure and like getting a good feeling about it. And then, I mean, for example, I don't know everything, right? Like it's just like these are levels that I would like to see, and we have seen it. Like again, 50% fair value gap filled usually happens. So yeah. Here, 20%. We just went into the green area here and made the whole move in Bitcoin until this level here. Nice. Patience is the key. That's it, guys. That's it. All right, but today I will actually not take any trade anymore. I don't want to risk it. I'm super happy. I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely happy with my profits. So I will not trade anything scalping wise anymore. I'm, as I said, super happy. Now we got our key targets. Do you guys have any more questions? Because with that being said, I would actually finish the live stream today after 1 hour, because I will just not trade anymore. And just let me know if you guys want me to go live tomorrow as well. We're still pushing, by the way. Next target hit. I know. Yeah, we are about to approach the next target as well. Crazy. All right, guys. I don't get answer on tomorrow, but I guess that's a yes. I don't know. Yes, I'm here tomorrow if you go live. Nice. All right, guys. Then celebrate the profits. Celebrate the profits, and we're gonna see each other tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central European time. With that being said, legends, over and out. See ya. Bye. Love you all. Talk soon.